Yes, these are not supplies.
Because we needed those prayers. That's what we needed to
I will
get
make
through
use
this.
of
We
this.
needed your support, and you gave it to us. We needed your patience, and you gave it to us. And I would like to thank you for the Kirk family, because that's what they need, is your support and your prayers, and that gets us through all of this.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for everybody that has stepped up and had such a phenomenal response to this. Thank you. I also want to give a special thanks to the Attorney General of the Department of Justice. Their unwavering support and their commitment to justice is shown true here. And without AG Bondi, the Attorney General of the resources there, we would not have been in our mission. I just want to say a special thanks. It's an honor to be a part of the Department of Justice. Thank you again to our incredible law enforcement team who has worked so hard. Sheriff, I got a solid 90 minutes last night, so I'm the most well-rested person up here. I think the microphone, so I hope you'll permit me a moment just to share a few more thoughts about where we are and how we got here, and maybe a little bit of where we go from here. I don't want to get too preachy, but I think it's important that we, with eyes wide open, understand what's happening in our country today. I've heard people say, well, why are we so invested in this? There's violence happening all across our country, and violence is tragic everywhere, and every life taken is a child of God deserves respect and dignity. This is certainly the tragic death, assassination, political assassination of Charlie Kirk. But it is also much bigger than an attack on an individual. It is an attack. It is an attack on the American experience. It is an attack. This is to the very foundation of who we are. Could be sacred. Political violence is different than any other type of violence. For what it is the Charlie family. It makes it more difficult for people to feel like they can share their ideas. They will never be able to solve all of those we can't have a clash of ideas. I'd like to share some of those specifically. As President Trump reminded me, he said, you know who really loved Charlie? The youths. He's right. When people stop, love without condition, forgive without limit. Always forgive your enemies, and nothing away from them. He said what we as a culture have agreement, being able to have reasonable agreement with politics. It feels like rage is the only option. But through those words, we have a reminder that your generation has an opportunity to build a culture that is very different than what we are suffering through right now. Not by pretending differences don't matter, but by embracing our differences and having those hard conversations. More moral clarity right now.
Yeah.
That words are violence. Words are violence. Violence is violence. And there is one person responsible for what happened here, and that person is now in custody and will be charged soon and will be held accountable. And yet, all of us have an opportunity right now to do something different. I want to thank my fellow Utahns. This bad stuff happens, and for 33 hours, I was afraid that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. That sadly that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us, we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here. And it was one of us. But I want you to look at how Utahns reacted the last 2 nights. There was no rioting. There's no looting. No cars set on fire. There's no violence. There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the communion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this. We can return violence with violence. We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem. Violence can metastasize because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse. And see, these are choices that we can make. History will dictate if this is a turning point for our country. But every single one of us gets to choose right now if this is a turning point for us. We get to make decisions. We have our agency. And I desperately call everyone, Republican, Democrat, liberal, progressive, conservative, all of us to please, please, please follow what Charlie taught me. I'll just conclude with words I share often from a friend that was asked if he was optimistic about our country. And he said, I'm not optimistic, that I hate optimism. Yeah, that sounds bad. But he said, optimism is a vice. It's this idea that good things are just going to happen. He said, in the history of the world, good things have never just happened. He said, I'm not optimistic, but I am hopeful. And hope is the virtue that sits between the vices of optimism and pessimism. Hope is the idea that good things are going to happen because we can't make them so. I still believe in our country. And I know Charlie Kirk believed in our country. I still believe that there is more good among us than evil. And I still believe that we can change the course of history because Americans can't make it so. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to answer your question. I cannot speak to that. Well, leave that up to you to interpret what those engravings mean. I think the clearest one that says catch fascist, there's not. And that's like catch like a ball, catch this. That's I think that speaks for itself. There's nothing more that we can share at this time. We do not at this time have any information that would lead to any additional arrests. Yes, but the investigation is ongoing. Yes, so right now, Mr. Robinson has been booked into jail. Heard the president this morning report that he was taken into custody, that his family and a friend helped to deliver him into into custody of law enforcement in Washington County. Those of you that don't know where Washington County is, it is the southernmost, southwesternmost part of the state of Utah. It's about 3.5 journey where we are right now, and that's where he lives. They later next time, okay. So, we've taken down against so I don't have much more details on that. We do know that he drove. We had his car here on campus, and then we had his car going south, back to the St. George. It's actually the city of Washington in Washington. I'm sorry. We don't have any information that leads us to do that. Yes, in fact, it was just released. Yes. I can't answer that right now. Thank you. Okay. I absolutely believe that this is a watershed in American history. Yes. The question is, what kind of watershed? And that chapter remains to be written. Is this the end of a dark chapter in our history, or the beginning of a darker chapter in our history? Look, I mean, if you look at political assassinations in this country of someone of this stature, this feels a lot like the late 60s. And having one so clearly displayed on camera in all of our hands and in all of our pockets, we are wired as human beings.
So, man.
Biologically, historically, we have not evolved.
What's up?
In a way that we are capable of processing those types of
I gotta go back and look.
And by the way, we've seen another one.
I don't know. It might not be him. But who knows? I gotta look.
This is not good for us. It is not good to consume. Social media is cancer on our society right now. And I would encourage people to log on, turn on, touch friends, hug a family, go out and do it.
Description, everything.
That is happening, and it's happening organically right now.
This is him.
There's nobody else.
They got him.
We're getting together, Republicans and Democrats, are getting together to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Last night, just to find.
I just put out a nasty post for all the Democrats.
So yes, this could be. I mean, again, you have to go back to JFK to have seen a video live of something like this happening before 1975. But I know that
Yep.
really dark. And sorry to some of you. I know some.
I posted his face. I said, "This is the face of the Democratic
This is our moment to escalate or to find an offering. And again, it's a choice. It's a choice, and everyone gets to make that choice. Two more questions. Right here.
I really just want to start punching people in the fucking mouth, bro.
But all I can say is that through some process, the family came to know that this had happened.
Oh shit, that's good, man.
Yes. So when he first
No.
started on campus, he has different clothing on, and then he changes clothing on the roof.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Changed back into that clothing at some point, so that when he was apprehended, when he was arrested, clothing.
I wish I could smoke, man. I can't. I'm dying to.
Last question. So I don't have any information on the Mark. He was not a student here at UQ. He was living and
I gotta put my phone in the shop. I have a bad inspection sticker.
with his family in Washington, Southwest Park. Thank you everyone for your great work in getting this information out. Just say this may be important and familiar with the process of things out. I think it's important that you understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Basically, we got 3 days for the charging documents to be filed. The CI will be filed. We'll have more information then, more detailed information as those charging documents are filed in preparation for the
That comes
so
out.
3 days.
It has nothing to do with the performance of the car.
And early next week, those charging documents will be filed. We will obviously be working, the county attorney will be working very closely with Mr. Kirk's family as those documents and decisions are prepared. Thanks, everyone.
Where?
Additional statement we got.
I don't know what does it. I need to know.
University is the one that authorities now believe from the fatal shot on Charlie Kirk, age 31, less than 2 days ago. They say recently there were more political believes apparently Roberts reached out.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, my career is going to depend on it. That'll be cool.
Yes. Gold is useless to me. Take it. Indeed.
I need a new video game to play, man. I might get Baldur's Gate. What is it? Resident Evil, you said? Oh, dude.
The other thing we got discussed I don't know, it's taken into custody last night.
It was hard. Well, it was really easy. I had a railgun, yeah. I had to beat it with the railgun for the last boss.
And also on the remember the life of Charlie Kirk, taken at age 31. We await for more information on his funeral
I forget his name. He was like Solid something. I don't know. I forget his name. Solid Metal Gear.
Our company continues on cable and data. A few of the things about the engraving on the bullets very interesting. Take that. Mr. American was born. Another one, if you read this, you are gay, and then LMAO.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the blonde-haired guy, and at the very end, he gets this fucking robot.
And I mentioned about the family members. Very important. Get in touch with them. Get them to cooperate with the family.
Yeah, now
Investigators interviewed a family.
no, it's worse that. Yes, it's a great movie. How do you feel, sir? I feel the same way.
Robinson mentioned Charlie was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was spreading hate.
Uh-huh.
Really, you think about
Oh, yeah?
young people and young
What is it? Nice. I need something. I want something like, I don't know what I fucking want, man. What is it? What game? No, fuck no, dude.
Even though this suspect is a custody guy. I can't remember the games right now. Get a plan to change out. So it's somebody named Angela? You know who Angela is?
No.
Has been arrested in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Investigators say he was not rescued, but lived with his family and neighbors for about 3 months out of Utah Valley University. We're told one of Robinson's family members reached out to a family friend to say that's or in
What's up?
that he was involved in the shooting. And that family friend then contacted law enforcement. We also learned this morning that officers say they were armed with surveillance video from the arriving There's some things coming out soon. Wearing a maroon t-shirt and like I'm also ready to go back and play the original Metal Gear Solid, but I'm also fitting things to start playing that Resident This family member told law enforcement that Charlie coming to UVU.
Yeah.
Investigators say this family member reported that
I want to pick the right route. It's either ending like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're also coming out with a new difficulty mode in Night Raid where it's like deep of night. Pretty much everything gets harder as you go on, and the boss threat until the game starts. So they're doing that. I'm going to tell you what the piano is. Let's see how the character is.
And then the governor makes appeal from the broader community that violence is no way to settle political differences. And it was very moving, very poignant what he shared. But the biggest takeaway
Yeah.
is this suspect was aware that Charlie Kirk was
Damn, I need more followers. Oh shit. I gotta get my pizza.
Well, let's finish through real quick. So, one of the things that we talked about is that the trade penalty will be another piece of the puzzle. Will it be all that important? We're going to put the other evidence, DNA, maybe a confession, so on and so forth. Maybe not, but nonetheless, you want everything to get. I should hope that the fact that they gave out that information before he was apprehended would result in an issue of shoot. And it sounds like that was the concern that I had yesterday. It sounds like they are clothing that seems to be similar to what he was wearing in those videos. Sounds like he might not even have been aware of the level of investigation going into this, and so might have the same issues on it. So you have that. As far as the level of investigation, there's a point there that jumped out in Discord. So there's no messages and stuff. In fact, it was on Discord, it's actually a gaming platform where kids use it to talk to each other by text and so on and so forth. Why that matter? Because you do get another piece of this thing. It doesn't necessarily mean the movement. I want to be careful what he was communicating with relative to the event that they facilitated in any way. He wasn't a student. So if anybody did to reach the students, for him to get on campus and to do what he did, and they used this one or something similar, not even in the federal territory, job conspiracy, and he did it on the internet. He's got it essentially everywhere. Any message you send or that go to routes all over the country across the liquid world. That'll make the president which would actually be a fault that they're bonding and okay. Their case will be safe. Looking arrangements. Remember it being home. They didn't stay for arrangements and big surprise terminal. Let's see how this goes. Both sides. So that's how they're coordinated. Seven.
Some of this has been built. Nonetheless, here is how Spencer Fox described inscriptions on the bullets and the shell casings.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casing. Inscriptions on the fire casing read, "No
ellipses, bulges, capital O-W-O, what's this question mark? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, "Catch!" exclamation point. Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrows. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And the third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, L-U-A-O."
Jim Johnson, your coverage, listening, former DOJ prosecutor. What did you take of the answer? Some of it you got in there, some of it clearly still missing. Well, actually, believe it or not, I appreciate the missing details. You know, there's a temptation for more politicized prosecutors sometimes you got out of brag. See, that has all sorts of evidence. It's basically established for the public long before the jury's pick that this person is guilty. And I actually thought we saw a very professional press conference. Well, Governor Cox obviously got into some pretty deep and passionate moralistic feelings about what's going on in this country. But even that, as kind of prejudicial as the defense attorney might want to try to make that, it was a half step removed from issuing judgments about the defendant. And so I think they've got to address that. Frankly, not talking about a confession is a smart thing to give the prosecution because it has to be permissible. So you're taking chances to give the public too much detail. And I think this is a very good day for the FBI to talk about this. Looking at the prosecutor on stage, I think Charlie and that the moments ago, you know, that evidence is going to look wrong because in a very, very fine, very tangible way, it does a couple of things. Number one, it seems to establish, so there's a lot of work language and symbol. It seems to establish what we already knew, which was this was a politically motivated assassination. And that's forever going to be a big part of the story if you pursue it in a first-degree murder conviction as a crime to the defendant. And secondly, just that simple LMAO, you know, laughing my ass off. And if I'm a prosecutor at the end of that trial, that phrase is going to be in front of that jury over there. You're telling that jury that this is a concept, that this is a kid who thinks it's hilarious, who's got this narcissistic kind of ability to depravity of what is about a gay thing as he goes to murder somebody that is married and speaking freely and celebrating his Christianity. So I think my man in that trial sounds like you may be headed towards a state trial, which I think is a probably that you're going to have that good bullets in that language coming back. All that goes along. Jim, thank you so much. Sound like
yes, like talking about this, how this is an attack on all of us in our calendar. Thank you.
This is certainly about the tragic death, assassination, political assassination of Charlie Kirk. But it is also much bigger than an attack on an individual. It is an attack on us. It is an attack on the American experiment. It is an attack on our ideals. It relates to the very foundation of who we are, of who we have been, and who we could be in better times.
And Jen is bringing up on Sunday. It's important to you of correspondence as well. One of the things, Janet, is that one of the it was a great but challenge now. And that is actually World War II song. It is an anti-fascist song. I remember Greg Gutfeld yesterday many years. It's dangerous to keep saying that it's all right. All you're just being intelligence. And that's the right that gets referred to that in these bullets.
New York is fucked, bro. And these fucking idiots are voting for this shit. What's wrong with them? Well, why are they voting for this?
It struck me as a young man, a lot of times speaking to the next generation, who know that Charlie was a leader of the general, that's a very young man himself saying, your generation to change this conversation of the right Charlie believes America. So there is an inflection point.
Why do I gotta suffer because a bunch of fucking idiots can vote? You know what I mean? Like, they don't know what they're voting for. It's gonna. They're fucked, bro. They're completely fucked now, dude.